Section 21. And I'm sure since he posted a bail, meron siyang fingerprints, meron siyang biometrics, meron siyang picture. So we'd like
Opo.
Okay, what's the status of the case now?
Katulad po ng sinabi ko kanina, wala pa akong communication at hindi ko po alam ang status. Dahil po nga ako ay nagtatago dahil sa panta ni Mr. Duterte. Pasensya na po. Hindi ko po masagot yung inyong tanong. Pasensya na po. Hindi ko po masagot yung inyong tanong tungkol sa Sandigan Bayan.
Okay, anyway, if this committee, through this committee, the government will give you an assurance. Are you willing to attend physically in this committee hearing?
Opo.
Thank you. At least,
Sabi ko nga po,
Mr. Chairman,
tumulong.
in record, former police officer Colonel Desierto is willing, no? Is willing to physically attend for as long as he will be assured of his safety and the cases that was filed against him. Anyway, Mr. Chairman, just to follow up those questions that was raised by our colleagues. First, is yung presentation mo ba kanina, is this the same enter report that was submitted to all those persons that you mentioned? Especially,
Opo, isa lang.
ito
isa lang
yun
po yung
lahat.
report.
And this is
Opo.
also the document
Kaya
that you have, and this is also the document that
Kaya-
you have submitted to Senator Gordon, former Senator Gordon.
Opo. Opo.
Okay. Anyway, Mr. Chairman, just to be fair, no, for this committee, because the name of the former senator was mentioned by former police officer Asierto, and when in fact he is accusing Senator Gordon that upon submission of those documents, wala pong steps that was undertaken by then the chairman of the good government. Mr. Chairman, will we invite former Senator Gordon to be present in the next hearing if he's willing to participate in this investigation, Mr. Chairman? Yes, Mr. Chairman, that's a motion.
Okay. So there is a motion to invite former Senator Dick Gordon to attend the next scheduled committee hearing of this committee, and duly seconded. And hearing no objection, the committee approves the motion. So,
And Mr. Chairman, why we should invite Senator Gordon, former Senator Gordon, just to be fair to everybody, because our resource person now is accusing the former chairman of the Blue Ribbon Committee in the Senate during his time. Now, second, DG Colonel Desierto, you mentioned about you also submitted that entry report to the EKJ, and you never mentioned the name or the officer during the time of the EKJ. Who is that officer in the PNP?
Wala po akong sinabing nag-submit ako ng report sa AKG. Ang sinabi ko po is meron po nakarating sa aking impormasyon na iniimbestigahan ng AKG si Alan Lim alias Ayong.
Okay,
Yun po yung sinabi.
so who is that time? Who is the head of the AKJ? Of course, hindi naman siguro si former police officer na pwede DDG Gumban. Sino po that time?
Kung pwede po, sabihin ko na lang po in private kasi ayoko po silang madamay at wala po akong otoridad na permiso na banggitin yung pangalan niya.
And Mr.
Kung pwede ko pong i-text sa inyo.
Colonel
i-text ko
Desierto,
na lang
but
po sa inyo.
you mentioned the unit which is the AKJ. And of course, siguro naman, of course, sabi mo nga you will not divulge it in public. Maybe you communicate with the chairman or during the executive session, in which you also committed to us that you will give us the identity of your informant. Tama po ba?
Opo.
Okay.
Ibibigay ko po. Sa po ano.
Sige, thank you. Now,
Wait po sila.
You also mentioned about, I think, former General Albayalde was already invited, no, in next hearing. How about,
Hindi pa.
hindi pa? Now, you also mentioned about General Albayalde. Now, to be fair also to General Albayalde, which is also one of the witness and resource speaker dun po sa EKJ, sa EGK, in which Chairman Abante was the chairman and invited General Albayalde. Mr. Chairman, I move to invite former General Albayalde to be present in the next hearing, Mr. Chairman. So move.
Okay, there's a motion to invite former Chief PNP Oscar Albayalde to the next scheduled committee hearing of this committee, duly seconded, and hearing no objection, the motion is approved. So, Comsec, please take note of the two motions that was just approved earlier to send out invitations to the aforementioned names and personalities. Thank you. So,
Chairman.
yes, please proceed.
Thank you. Colonel Asierto, you also mentioned the name of, you also mentioned a unit, no? Yung sa DEG, that you have submitted an inter report to the DEG. Can you name the director during the time in which you have submitted the inter report?
Sabihin ko rin po doon sa executive session kung sino yung director.
Okay. Anyway, Mr. Chairman, sige na po. Pagbigyan natin si si Colonel Asierto. Doon na lang sa executive session. Okay. Now, during the Senate hearing, you mentioned that 3 times you attended the Senate hearing in relation to the issue of drugs. Why did the Blue Ribbon Committee during the time cited you in contempt?
Opo, kasi hindi na po ako umatin ng hearing ang alam ko.
So,
Nung after ng hearing po ng October 10, hindi na po ako umatin.
So the last hearing that you attended, that was the 3rd hearing, was October of 2018.
18 po.
So you were cited in contempt because for refusal to attend hearing without valid excuse. Ganun po?
Opo.
Not for lying,
yun na po yung panahon na ipapapatay ako. Ang report po sa amin is aampusin kami after pag-attend namin sa hearing.
And anyway, I would just like to clear the and check the facts for record purposes that you were not contempted, you were not cited in contempt during the hearing, but you were cited in contempt because you refused to attend the hearings because of your safety, not of lying during committee hearing.
Opo.
Okay. So, Mr. Chairman, and last na lang po. As you mentioned, Senator Bongo and former PNP Chief Bato de la Rosa, Senator Bato de la Rosa, may physical conversation ka ba with them with regards to the entry report that you have submitted to all those persons that you have divulged?
Wala po.
So you
Wala
never
po kaming
you were never given a chance to talk to Senator Bato?
Opo. About my report. Opo.
Pero nag-usap rin kayo.
Nag-usap po kami nung i-appoint na po ako as Deputy Director ng AIDG at ng Drug Enforcement Group.
When was that?
Pero tungkol po dun sa report na ginawa ko, hindi po.
When was that?
Last quarter of 2016, August o yata yan, hindi ko po matandaan eh. Nung second time po is yung i-create yung Drug Enforcement Group. in-appoint niya ko, kinausap niya ako para i-appoint as director pero hindi niya ako na-appoint. Ang ginawa niya akong deputy director for admin ng DEG.
Okay, so but that meeting, physical meeting with the former PNP chief and now Senator Bato happens before the committee, the enter report.
Yes, yung completion po ng report.
Ano muna, Colonel Sierto, i-check mo muna. Check mo muna yung recollection mo doon sa mga dates, ha. Mr. Chairman, as of now, I will not put you in a situation na baka magka-problema tayo. Ikaw, no? Because you're under oath. So, kasi yung gusto ko lang dito i-establish, Mr. Chairman, that Colonel Ancierto is telling the truth. Kasi, if the enter report happens, no, before the meetings of Colonel Acerto with Senator Bato, former PNP chief, and of course Senator Bongo, may problema siya. 'Di ba? Kaya I will not put you now, just Colonel Acerto, please recollect properly the dates and the year.
Hindi po, titingnan ko po yung record ko ngayon para
Yeah, pakilang po.
masigurado po.
Kasi ako, I do believe in some of your statement. But I just want to establish that indeed you're telling the truth. And ako, na-appreciate ko sila personally, yung commitment mo to us that you will divulge the identity of the informant and those officers now that you have mentioned during the executive session. Kasi, and dami na pong mga hearings with regards to informants, particularly in drugs, campaign against illegal drugs, ay hindi talaga nila sinasabi, magpapakulong pa. Pero hindi talaga nila involved. But this time, Colonel Acerto, just for the record, Mr. Chairman, is willing, no, to give us the names of those informants in executive session. Kaya again, I really appreciate that that commitment of yours, Colonel Acerto. And again, please check your record with regards to your meetings with the former PNP chief and now Senator Bato de la Rosa.
Opo.
Thank you, Chief. As of now, yan lang po muna, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Balik lang ako mamaya.
Thank you, Congressman Paduano. Colonel Acerto, clarification lang. Di ba ikaw yung nagbigay ng information na merong dalawang container na dumating at ito ay nag-facilitate nito ay si Michael Yang. Tama po ba yung pagkakaintindi ko?
Yan po yung nireport sa akin ng informant number 2.
Si informant number 2, yun ho ang report sa inyo. At itong container na ito ay dinala saan po dinala yung container na ito?
Sa bodega po ni Alan C. sa Davao City.
Okay, so ito
Doon po din niskarga.
Doon dineskarga. Ito ba yung Shabu Laboratory na ni-raid?
Hindi pa po. Hindi yon. Hindi pa po yon.
So, ang
Ibang bodega po yon.
So, ibang bodega. So, itong kung saan dineliver yung container, ay hindi yun yung Shabu Laboratory na ni-raid?
Hindi po. Iba po yon. Iba po. Hindi po na-raid yung bodega na yon.
Nako-confuse po ako, no? Teka ho, itong warehouse na sinabi nyo kanina, ang may-ari ay si Mr. Alan C. Ito ho ba yung sa Dumoy?
Hindi po. Hindi po sa Domo yan.
Okay.
Sa downtown Davao City po yata yung bodega ni Alan C.
Okay. So, iba yung
Hindi ko na lang po matandaan yung specific na lugar sa city proper.
Okay, so ayan, now I'm being clarified by Congressman Dan Fernandez na yung Dumoy ay ang nagmamay-ari nito ay si Mr. Johnson Chua, tama po ba?
Yun po ang report sa akin.
Okay.
Siya ang may-ari, siya ang nag-finance nung pagpapatayo ng laboratory.
Okay. Nabanggit
Yun
niyo
po lumalabas sa investigasyon.
pero nabanggit niyo kanina na yung may-ari ho ng clandestine laboratory, yung building kung saan ho na merong clandestine laboratory, ang may-ari ho si Alan C.
Siya po ang nag-ooperate. Siya po ang nagsusupervise ng operation.
Pero sino ho may-ari ng building?
Hindi ko na po matandaan kung, kasi ang sabi sa akin, kasi hindi, after po ng raid, hindi na po kami na involved sa investigation doon sa property ng Domoy Laboratory.
Mr. Chair.
So,
Ang
etong...
nag-cover noon, PIDEA 11 ho.
Okay, sige po.
After the raid, pag-file namin ng kaso, ang nag-follow up po for seizure ng property, ang PIDEA 11 na po.
Okay.
So hindi ko po alam kung talagang sinong may-ari nung registered owner nung Domoy Laboratory.
Okay.
Pero ang sabi nung informant number 2, si Johnson ang nag-arrange na bilhin yung
Mr. Chair, may clarification.
yung lugar na yon, yung Domoy.
Okay, so para lang ho sa aming pagkakaintindi, anong relasyon ni Mr. Alan C. at saka ni Michael Yang?
Sa tingin ko po, sila magkasamang nagtatrabaho nung ikinayo yung Domoy.
So,
Kasi
sila
yung bodega na ginamit kung saan diniskarga nila Michael Yang yung dalawang container is sa bodega ni Alan C.
Okay. Sige po, salamat po. Yes, Congressman
Yun,
Fernandez.
Mr. Chair, I would like to clarify that. Mr. Asierto, kasi nagulo rin ako sa tinuran mo kanina. No? Pero you clarified it well right now. So, kanina, binabanggit po ninyo, yung Dumoy na laboratory, hindi doon dinala yung kargamentong dalawa. Kasi yun ay pag-aari ni Johnson Chua. So ngayon, yung kargamento na dalawang yan ay dinala doon sa bodega na pag-aari nung Alan C. Am I correct?
Opo.
Ayun, medyo na-clarify na, Mr. Chairman. Kasi kanina, medyo nag-iba-iba yung mga sinasabi niya eh. But he corrected himself. Thank you so much, Mr.
Okay,
Chair.
salamat Congressman Dan Fernandez for that clarification. So, kaya kasama ho ba kayo dun sa ni-raid na Dumoy clandestine laboratory? Kayo ba ang nag-operate
Opo.
dun? So you were there dun sa
Opo.
lugar. So, pwede ho bang malaman kung ano yung circumstances nung araw na yun na ni-raid nyo? Ano ho bang, para lang ho ma-picture namin, no? Ma-visualize namin kung ano ho yung, kasi sinasabi nyo nga na positively identified na shabu equipment yon, no? At meron hong mga precursors kayong nakita doon. Wala ho bang nahuling mga Chinese doon?
Sa Domoy po.
Aha.
Doon po sa Domoy, 6 po ang namatay sa loob ng laboratory.
6 na.
At may mga nahuli.
Paki-clarify lang po, Colonel Asierto. Sino yun
Hello
namatay? Pilipino, Chinese, o operatiba ho ba natin? Ano ho ba yun? Paki-detalye lang ho.
6 na foreign national po ang namatay doon sa loob ng laboratory.
So doon sa
Doon po mismo sa gawaan mismo, sa baba. Yung building po kasi is 2-story. Sa taas po, may mga tao po doon
Okay.
na nakuha. At nung makita ko po sila, nasa loob na po sila ng van na puti. Doon po sila lahat inilagay at lumabas po ng compound yung van, sakay po yung mga taong galing sa itaas.
Teka ho, yung bang, clarification ho ulit yung bang nasa van na sinasabi nyo, yan yung 6 na namatay.
Opo, yun ang baba. Sila po yung akto na nagluluto, na gumagawa doon sa laboratory sa baba.
So hindi ho inkwentro ang nangyari, kundi pinatay ho sila?
Inkwentro po.
So may inkwentro sa loob ng laboratorio. Paano ho sila napunta lahat sa loob ng isang van? Kung nagkaroon ho ng inkwentro?
Sa itaas po. Nauna po yung sa baba. Kasi po, syempre po, sa pag-grade, pasok muna yung sa baba. Nagkaroon na po ng putukan, tapos umakyat sa taas, mag-clearing. Nakita yung mga tao, ibinaba. Ganun po yung nangyari. Yung mga na-aresto ay tinake-over po ni Wilkie.
Okay. Oh. So, but you were there all the time. Nandoon kayo, nakita nyo yung enkwentro, tapos nakita nyo, umakyat
Opo.
kayo sa second floor, nakita nyo, mayroon pang mga Chinese doon. Nakita nyo rin na yung mga Chinese na yun ay sinakay sa van.
Nakita ko na lang po, nakasakay na sila sa van. Kasi nandun po ka sa loob.
Okay. At doon sa enkwentro nangyari, pagpasok doon sa baba, sa ground floor, doon na nagkaroon ng barilan at meron hong namatay doon.
Opo.
Okay. Sige, at least medyo mas clear na. Oh, yung sinakay sa van ay buhay.
Buhay po yun.
So, hanggang ngayon nakakulong yon, I suppose, no?
Hindi ko po alam kung ano nangyari. Kung anong ginawa ni Wilkie.
Okay. Sige. So maybe yung PIDEA at that time will be asked, no, when because there was an invitation already made by the committee. So para ma-visualize din natin kung ano yung nangyari dun sa raid na yon. So sige po, Colonel, salamat po. Congresswoman Luistro.
Just a quick question to PSA. Balikan ko lang po itong pinapacheck natin about the possible relationship of Incorporator Elaine Chua with Johnson Chua and Incorporator Michelle C. with Alan C. Do we have results already?
For Johnson, Madam, we have 46 match and yes, 46 documents under the name Johnson Chua. Alan C is 40 hits also, Madam, and Michelle C. For Elaine Chua, we have 40. Positive.
Do we have available documents to share with the committee, PSA? Since you are online as manifested by Kong Fernandez, we're anticipating an instant result of the picture and the personal circumstances of these people.
We will submit, Madam, the list of all the facts that were provided for this match record.
Do you have in the computer, in your laptop now, the pictures of this?
No, we don't have right now, ma'am. It's we have verified via the back end.
Okay, you said that there are 46 matches for Johnson Chua and 40 for Alan C. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
How about for Elaine Chua and Michelle C?
We have a record for Michelle C and Elaine Chua. One positive record.
One each. For
I recall, Madam, that Elaine Chua's call has been submitted previously with the committee secretary.
So if you recall, how many matches do we have for Elaine Chua?
Only one, ma'am.
Only one. And for Michelle C?
We also have one match.
One record also for Michelle C?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. May we please request the copy of the records of this person's 46 records for Johnson Chua, 40 for Alan C, 1 for Elaine Chua, and 1 for Michelle C.
We'll submit to the committee secretary.
What we are requesting, PSA, is the entire record of each of these 4 personalities.
We will submit, Madam.
Mr. Chair. Kasi kapag titingnan mo yung kanilang system, talagang ang the publicity, but it is the premise of the whole totality of the project that in the easiest and fastest way they can produce all the documents, the certificates, the certificates of death, birth, and the marriage and no marriage certificate. And I'm just wondering why they cannot. Ma'am, can you go malapit po dito kay Congresswoman Luistro para makita po natin yung mga data na tinitingnan niyo po. Kasi I think if you will just have to show it to us, ano mo naman yan, what do you call that?
You can search.
Browse, mababrowse
Maybe the
mo
committee
eh.
can share the
So
laptops.
somehow we can
they
find out
use.
the features of that personality that we are asking, no? Actually, as a matter of fact, marami pa po tayong hihingin sa inyo eh. Especially all those names that is under the different corporation, the Yatay, the Empire 999, the what else yung ating pong mga hinahanap. Basically, yung po papahanap po namin sa inyo ngayon. PSA.
Yes, sir. Our technical staff will provide the copies for Elaine and Michelle and the list of those verified today for the Johnson and
Mama, while we're asking you, can you kindly sit beside our good Congresswoman Luistro para po if we can request po para at least makita po natin yung inyong hinahanap. And also the Unisys ata nandiyan din eh saka di ba? And also the can you join us here? Don't worry, ano lang naman po to, clarification lang po lahat, ha?
Mr. Chair, if we can connect their laptop with our monitor, so
And also we have the
the
naman
people can see.
Congresswoman Mr. Chair, meron tayong printer eh. We can print right away those documents. Ma'am,
O sige, while waiting for that, maybe, oo. So, baka natin ano yung PSA. Congressman, recognized?
Before we leave, Colonel Asierto, Mr. Chair, Ed, nandiyan ka pa ba?
Yes, sir.
Kumusta ka naman? I hope you're good.
Mahirap pong sagutin eh. Living by a day. Yes, sir.
I understand that. But anyway, dun sa briefing mo, Ed, may napansin lang ako. Ang core group ng Davao Drug Syndicate nagsimula kay Johnson Chua. Tapos kay Michael Yang, and then Alan Lim, tama ba yung akin?
Alan C. po, sir.
Alan
Alan C.
Si Alan Lim, ano siya doon sa grupo na ito?
Hindi siya connected sa Davao.
Hindi siya.
Ang
Kasi sa Cavite siya.
Sa Cavite po.
Yeah. Sinabi mo kanina na si Michael Yang hindi masyadong nakikita sa inyong mga operations na kinonduct. Tama ba yon?
Opo.
Hindi ba according to information, at nasabi mo rin yata kanina na siya ang nagfa-facilitate ng shipment and handling of controlled precursors and essential chemicals?
Opo. Tinanggap niya po yung 2 container nung August. Yun po ang report sa akin ng informant number 2. Na tinanggap niya yung 2 container na galing Pulyok nung August. After po noon, nag-start po kami ng surveillance sa Davao. Baka ang mga late October or November. So, during our surveillance and case build-up, hindi na po namin nakita si Michael Yang sa Lumoy Air sa Davao.
Si Johnson Chua hindi nakabase sa Pilipinas?
Yun po sanang sasabihin ko rin po kasana kanina, si Johnson Chua po ay nakabase na po sa mainland na o Macau. Doon lang po siya nagpapalit-palit. Pero may time pong bumabalik siya sa Pilipinas pero ibang pangalan.
Pero yung asawa niya na allegedly front ng mga businesses, legal businesses niya sa Davao.
Hindi ko na po sir na naimbestigahan yon. After po ng raid, umalis na po kami ng Davao. So yung follow-up investigation po, inassume ko po na gagawin ng PIDEA 11 kasi sila po yung local units doon.
Anyway, yung pag-link mo kay Michael Yang sa Johnson Chua illegal drugs syndicate ay base sa isang informer na nasa loob. Kasi paano niya alam yung mga yun eh? Paano niyo naibigay sa inyo yung impormasyon na yun? Would that be correct?
Ang high po ng possibility is napakataas.
Ha?
Ang probability po ay napakataas.
Kasama.
Pareho naman po tayong investigador.
Yung
Ang akin lang po is
informant number 1 or informant number 2 mo, sino si codename Hunter?
informant number 2.
Yung informant number 2. Okay. At
Yes,
yun
sir.
din ang nagsabi, sa tingin ko, sa pagre-report mo, yun din ang nagsabi ng connection ni Michael Yang kay Johnson Chua. Tama ba yung aking conclusion?
Tama po.
Tama. Anyway, wala naman dito yung mga dapat na sumagot sa aking mga tanungan. Sino sa iyo si Kwan?
Sir,
May sabihin ka, Ed?
meron po akong sana itagdag. Opo. Tungkol po doon kay Alan C. Alan C po ay asawa si Jed Pilapil C. Siya po ay nakonvict at nakakulong po ngayon sa correctional po siguro hanggang ngayon. Ang pangalan niya ay Jed Pilapil C. Asawa ni Michael C.
Anyway, maraming salamat, Ed. Sino si Ismael Gonzales Fajardo?
Siya po si Director Fajardo
Ng ano?
ng PIDEA.
Ng PDEA. PDEA. Siya ay na-file ng kaso, tama? Would you know that?
Opo. Magkasama po kami.
Kasama ka sa kaso na final
Opo.
laban sa kanya kasi ang kaso, PIDEA as complainant and Ismael Fardo et al. As respondents. Tama?
Opo.
Kasama ka rito
Opo, sa kinasuhan nila.
for violation of 9165.
Opo.
Oh. Bakit kayo kinasuhan ng PIDEA?
Kami po yung pinagbintangan doon sa pag-import doon sa nahuli sa Bureau of Customs doon sa magnetic lifter.
Yung magnetic lifter.
Opo.
Yung nahuli at saka yung may isa pang nakalabas.
Ang ipinail pong kaso sa amin, kung hindi po ako nagkakamali, ay yun lang pong sa nahuli sa Bureau of Customs.
Sa nahuli sa Bureau of Customs. So, yun yung isa sa kaso mo.
Opo.
Yung ifinail din ng NBI Task Force on Illegal Drugs against Su Chung Chun. Alam mo rin ba yung kaso na yun?
Hindi ko po
O hindi ba nakasali
hindi
dito
po familiar yung pangalan.
Hindi ba dito rin nagkakaso? Yung binabanggit mo na intelligence officer ninyo, si Captain ba? Lieutenant Pirote?
Captain Perote po.
Yeah. Hindi ba nagkakaso rin siya?
Oo.
Saan siya nakasali sa kaso?
Ang alam ko po, kasi hindi ko po nakita yung complaint, alam ko po magkakasama kaming pinailan ng kaso. Ako, si Director Fajardo at si Lito Perote, ang pinailan sa DOJ. Pero ang DOJ po ay di Captain Lito Perote. So ang ipinailan po sa korte ay ako, si Fajardo at si Jimmy Guban. Yun lang pong nare-recall ko. Si Lito Perote po ay hindi napatunayan niya na mali yung mga akusasyon.
Yeah. Yung DOJ, clear si Captain Perote. Yung kaso ninyo
Yung po ang
Yeah. Anyway, kagaya ng sabi ko, dapat ang sumagot sa mga katanungan ko, yung mga pinagdalhan mo ng mga report eh. Kasi nakita ko rin yung report mo noon eh. Doon sa AK-47 na 1,000 rifles na binili from the Firearms and Explosives Office brought to Mindanao, bakit ka nakasuhan doon?
Kasi po ako po ang chief ng licensing division ng FEO.
So ang boss ninyo noon sa CSG ay si Gerald Meneses.
Opo.
Sino ang FEO noon?
Ang FEO po noon ay yung supposed to be incoming chief PNP noon ay si General Raul Petrasanta.
Si Raul Petrasanta. So yun ang may kaso ka rin doon dahil were fast yun eh. If I remember it right. Hindi ba isang
Opo, dalawa po yun,
isang security agency ang bumili ng 1,000 AK-47 rifles and were brought to Mindanao?
Opo. Si Mr. Losada ang pangalan po.
Yes, okay. Mr. Chair, marami pong salamat. Sa susunod na lang na hearing ako magtatanong.
Okay, thank you,
Chairman.
Congressman Acop.
Chairman.
Yes, Congressman Paduano.
Mr. Chair, can we recognize Congressman Paduano?
You're not the chairman. The chairman now is Chairman Barbers.
Please proceed, Congressman Paduano.
Dahil mo yung sa 15 tayo, sa committee mo. Anyway, Chairman, ito, i-clarify ko lang kay Colonel, Sierto. During that time, nung mga intel report na ginawa mo, who was the chief of police of Davao?
Hindi po ako familiar.
Yung lab ba ay sakop ng Davao City?
Opo.
Okay.
During the raid ng 2004, ang chief po ng Davao City ay si Colonel Lasa po yata, Conrado Lasa.
Colonel Lasa.
Kung di po.
And who was the regional director during that time of Region 11?
Si General Simeon Dizon po yata. Kung hindi po ako nagkakamali, General Dizon.
In your recollection, when was the time that during the time active fine service, naging regional director si General Wilkins?
Ng PIDEA po?
No, yeah. Di ba dating pulis siya?
Hindi ko. Opo, dati
Oo.
po siyang pulis at nagpa-absorb po siya sa PIDEA kaya naging regional director siya ng 11.
Region 11 ng PDEA
Opo,
the time.
ng PIDEA po, region 11 ng PIDEA.
So from
Nung
police,
panahon pong na-raid niya.
so from being a police officer, nagpa-absorb siya doon sa PDEA during the time at siya yung regional director ng Region 11 PDEA.
Opo, great.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That's all. Just for the record lang.
Okay, thank you, Congressman. Colonel Asierto, another clarification, no? Di ba nabanggit nyo kanina, kasama kayo dun sa raid nung December 31 sa Dumoy, Davao, tama?
Opo.
Okay, doon sa pagpunta nyo dun sa clandestine shabu laboratory doon sa Dumoy, sino-sino ho kayo nag-operate?
EDS, SOU 3, PIDEA 11 po.
So, sino-sino po yung mga personalidad dyan sa SOU 11 na sinasabi niya po?
SOU 3 po, ang EDSOT po yung PNP yun. Yung sa PIDEA 11, Region 11, hindi ko po kabisado ang mga pangalan. Ang pamilyar po dyan sa akin ay si Wilkins Villanueva at si SPO4 Baltasar.
So, nandun po sila sa
Yun
raid.
lang po.
Kasama niyo ho sila doon sa raid, doon sa area.
Opo, opo.
So, during the operations. So, nandyan ho.
Opo.
Pagkatapos nyo na nagkaroon ng engkwentro, may namatay, merong hong nahuli na 6, at I suppose kinasuhan po ito, meron ho kayong report dyan sa yung Dumoy Anti-Illegal Drugs Operation?
Wala po akong makuha ng report ngayon dahil po sa kalagayan ko. Pero meron po akong PowerPoint presentation
Pero meron ho kayong sinubmit na report?
tungkol po dun sa Oh, siyempre po, meron po. Kaya lang po, hindi ko na po makuha ngayon dahil po sa aking kalagayan ngayon.
Sorry ho, medyo putol-putol kayo eh. So, yung nangyari sa Dumoy, na kung saan kasama kayo, meron kayong ginawang official report dyan?
Meron po. Meron pong official report. At kung hihingi niyo po sa akin yung official report, hindi ko po maibigay kasi dahil po ngayon sa kalagayan ko, and wala po akong access.
Okay, but I suppose merong namang records on file yung ating Philippine National Police sa Camp Crame. Baka ma-access natin yan. So, yun kasi gusto
Opo,
namin...
sa DEG, baka sa Drug Enforcement Group, baka nandun pa po yung files.
Okay. Is General Mata here, the PIDEG head of the PNP Drug Enforcement Group? COMSEC? Is the General, ano pangalan nun? General Mata? Is General Mata present?
Sir, he is invited but he is not around.
Meron bang representative dito yung PNP PIDEG?
Tanungin natin.
Apparently, there is none, but the provincial office is represented.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Congressman Akop.
in fairness to everyone, may I move that we issue a show cause order to the head of the PIDEC for not attending the hearing in spite of the invitation given him.
I second the motion, Mr. Chair.
Okay, there's a motion to demand a show cause order from General Mata as the head of PNP Drug Enforcement Group for not being able to attend in our today's committee hearing. This was duly seconded, and hearing no objection, the motion of Congressman Akop is hereby approved. Comsec, please take note of that. So dahil wala ang PIDEG dito, we cannot verify at the moment kung meron ba silang report doon sa Dumoy. So, ang aming informasyon na nakuha lamang sa inyo, Colonel Asierto, was that you were part of the operating team doon sa clandestine laboratory sa Dumoy, Davao. And hindi nyo kilala ibang personalities doon except for Wilkins Villanueva and who else ang nabanggit nyo kanina?
Then Captain Pajardo, then Sergeant Tito Prote, Sergeant Jerry Liwanag,
Okay.
and ayun po, yung mga natatandaan ko.
Okay, sige. Salamat po.
Yun po yung mga
Salamat po, Colonel.
salamat po.
Is there anyone? Okay,
Mr. Chair.
Congressman Flores, and then Congressman Dan Fernandez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Colonel Asierto, gusto ko lang sana na, I mean, if your report could be clearer next time on the actual parang other activities of Mr. Michael Yang other than the acceptance of the delivery of the machinery and yung chemicals po. Kasi gusto kong ma-establish talaga na from your investigation, may nalaman pa kayong other involvement po na mas concrete din po rather after the 2004 na mention yung kay Michael Yang. Kasi para to be fair naman po with all the other personalities mentioned in your report po, para klaro tayo, sir.
Naiintindihan ko po yun.
Kasi
Pero
medyo
sana,
manipis po
maintindihan nyo rin
yung
po.
connection eh. I hope na you could shed further light para mas ma-strengthen po yung report ninyo and so that we could look into it. No, kasi you've already mentioned a lot of names involved in the report eh. And to be fair with them naman, we wanted to a more clearer no parang picture of ano yung actual involvement niya other than yung actual receipt niya sa chemicals tsaka equipment po.
Opo, ang problema ko lang po kasi is ginawa ko na interview ko, gumawa binigay ko sa kanila at nag-aantay po sana ako sa kanila ng instruction kung itutuloy ko yung investigation kay Michael Yang.
Yes sir, that's also
Pero wala po silang feedback sa akin.
that's also another part of our that's why we invited upon the motion of other members of Congress here na kung bakit wala silang ginawa after receiving your reports po. Kasi nga, sabi ko nga kanina, 'di ba, yung mga reports nga from the barangay offices pinag-actionan nga eh. 'Di ba, yung mga listahan na galing sa barangay ina-actionan. Ito pa na galing sa opisina ng anti-drug unit, 'di ba? That should have been looked at least man lang looked into. Yan lang po, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman Flores. Congressman Fernandez?
Mr. Chair, thank you so much. Ano na po tol, huli na po, wala na po tayong tatakil na iba, no, Mr. Chair?
Meron pa,
meron
yung
pa rin ba?
local.
Sa kay Tumang pala ako. Hindi, para matapos na po tayo doon sa PSA, no? Kasi nga, we're having problem, para ma-secure po natin yung mga documents that are needed by this committee, we will be asking yung PSA. Ma'am, kanina we were talking about yung hardship, to enter into the online PSA. Why is that so? Kanina, the reason why we invited you to be much nearer sa amin para at least makita po namin. Unfortunately, hindi pa rin natin makita. The reason that was given to us is like wala po kayong access. Is this true? Wala kayong access.
Sir, I'd like to clarify that the verification on site here as requested cannot be done because processing of documents are done in our primary VAC offices.
So the
Yeah.
the
So-
administrator who have the access on that system is on the central PSA.
We have processors in the primary back office in the CRS building in Quezon City and another secondary back office in Cebu.
Pero in your
Uh-uh.
concession agreement that I have read, there's this evolution of your technology wherein kahit wala mga infrastructure, they can access. They can access. Halimbawa, for example, i-access mo yun sa PSA documents. You have. And that's the reason why in the last hearing, we wanted to find out kung sino yung administrator. And a while ago, Mr. Edwin Aguluan, the president of that corporation, sa Unisys, told me that nahirapan kayo mag-access unless na naandun kayo sa area.
Yep, good afternoon, Your Honor. So as shared by ANS Maris Grande, for us to be able to access the system, we should be at the back office side.
So, hindi pa pwede yung...
We cannot access the database from
Yes,
our
okay.
system right now because we don't have access to it. And even
So,
myself, I don't have.
And the only person that can access on that is the person that you have mentioned to me.
Not necessarily, Your Honor, because what was ANS mentioned is that the back end is being handled by request servicing officer, which is it's either on the PBO or primary back office or secondary back office.
Secondary. So, dalawa lang ang pwede kang mag-accept para makarelease
For
ka
us
ng
to
mga
retrieve,
documents?
yeah, for us to retrieve the information
Oo.
saved on the central repository of all of those records that
Okay,
we
since
have, Your Honor.
that system is being owned by Unisys, your company, which is 100% owned by the Filipinos,
That's
but you are a subsidiary of the Unisys in United States, no? Anong percentage sila sa corporation ninyo? How many percent?
For the UMSC,
Yes.
they do own the majority of
So,
the
they own the majority.
yes.
But, yun nga, dahil nga Pilipino nakalagay dito sa corporation natin under the Security and Exchange Commission, hindi lalabas yung pangalan nila. But they own the 60% of that corporation. Am I correct? Tama.
That
Ayan.
is
oh.
what I understood.
And
Your
what are
Honor.
the infrastructure that are being used? So, mga yung mga, kasi kanina sinasabi nyo yung Lenovo, hindi ba siya ang ginagamit ninyo under the present infrastructure that was constructed by Unisys?
That's correct, Your Honor. We did not deploy any Lenovo.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You're under oath. We'll be tasking the COA to be present on your premises in order for us to find out yung validity
Yep.
and the veracity of the statement that you have done, you have made in this committee.
And well, in fact, Your Honor, we submitted the position paper as a
Okay.
response to what
Alright.
were brought up.
Why it take 24 years? Hanggang ngayon, 24 years. Ang kontrata nyo is like 26 years yan, di ba? So, una is at 2000 hanggang 2016. Na-extend, di ba? So, ngayon meron kayo another 12 years for the phase 2, di ba? Bakit ang tagal i-turnover sa mga Pilipino? We are talking about yung data system lang. We are talking about yung access, yung pagbigay ng certificate, birth, death, and the, ano yan it's all about the documentary release of all of these documents to our citizenry. So, bakit napakatagal? 24 years na ngayon. 2024 na. Nagsimula tayo ng 1999. So, bakit hindi pa itina-turn over sa PSA? Bakit meron pang isang private company like you who is handling that? Why?
Your Honor, I recently joined the company January of 2020. With respect to the bidding process done for the ITP2, would like to have ANS
Marisa,
police to
sige
help
ma'am,
us out
Marisa,
on that.
please answer. Bakit hanggang ngayon hindi pa tina-turn over sa inyo? Yung mga document, sa atin po Mr. Chairman, kasi mga document na yan, yung mga
Yes.
mga detalye ng ating mga kababayan, hinahawakan pa rin ng private company, hindi
Okay,
ng
sir.
PSA.